Oh, finally, my headset, bro. I got tired of using the mic for the iMac because it picks up everything. I don't gotta see if this works. Where's my? Okay, there we go. Hello. Hello. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Damn, it's delayed that much. Well, oh my! But I hear myself talk now. It's fine, bro. Wait, can I? Oh no. No, 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 no. Ah, it's whatever. I just hear myself talk. All right. Hold on. I gotta put it to YouTube, then I'll start. But if y'all have a chart already, just drop it in the chat. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, Oracle, I hate you. You did the opposite of everything. No, you just want to keep going up, man. That's fine. I should have known because of that gap. No, no. PLTR. Bro, I need this to pull back to 147. What's good, y'all? If you have a chart, just drop it in the chat. Cause I'm just gonna look down my list until y'all drop something. Ooh, Apple. Let me see. Let me redo you actually. All right. So weekly. Okay. So they're the same. So we open for the week right here. 255. Yeah. So in this next candle for the day, if it needs to pierce over to 61.56. So we get a strong. The only thing is they were selling at the top. Now they bought the bottom, but they also sold the top in this hammer. So yeah, so that's what I can do. Make this a tiny zone between the body and the wick. Yeah, okay, yeah, and that's an alert. Cause if that breaks, then Apple's gonna go higher. So at least 266. Yeah, cause we swept the lows. We did it twice. Engulfed this. Holding above this daily candle. What's their volume? Oh, that's one thing. This volume on this candle should be bigger, but they definitely bought. Someone was buying down here. So yeah, I can see at least 266. It just depends. It needs to break over 261.56. If it doesn't, then it's just gonna retest these lows. Because Apple does have a gap to fill down here. I don't think it's gonna go down to 249, but never say never. Drop charts. I'm bored. I gotta practice my TA. So drop some charts. Drop chart requests. It could be anything from pennies to cattle to corn. I don't care. I just need a chart. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So this gap right here for Apple, that makes sense. So yeah, so 262.21 is key. Because usually there are gaps to the upside like this, price it'll fill this gap, play around, and then dump. And then, yeah, this gap down here. Then let me see something. I gotta take this full screen. Yeah, that makes sense. This trend line right here. So yeah, so this gap is gonna be key for Apple. If we break above this trend line, then look at 266.53. But if we fail to reclaim and close above, then it's just gonna go back down and make a new low. Yeah, 1.72. So 261 at least. Minimum 263.38. Yeah, but this fib aligns with that gap. Oh, Microsoft, bro. Dude, it's gonna fill this gap one of these days. Like it. I'm gonna redo this chart too, cause it's. I forgot we have these new months. Gapping on the monthly time frame is insane. Makes sense. So 410, 421, 430. Oh, Microsoft looks kind of good. Alright, yeah. So we filled this imbalance candle right here, and then we're starting to consolidate. Then we have these three dojis down here, inverted hammer, right, smaller, and but this one right here, this is on the weekly. So just look at the volume on it. We couldn't decide which way. So it pretty much was a balanced week, and then this next candle it engulfed. So just based off this weekly 413.05 is resistance. We break over that. I'm pretty much looking at this wick at 423. I say 421 and 423. Highest is 430. Because minor support would be this break 409.41. Because that's a break of this doji stick right here. You can see we pierced it. We closed above. And this next candle is trying to push. And we have 3 days left for the week. But I know we have news on Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to that daily. Yeah, so we will have to negate this gravestone doji. So this next daily, it needs to push. So if I'm gonna be more accurate, swaps, pull back above. Yeah, so the weekly daily opens down here at 404. Oh yeah, and we're above the 45. Yeah, Microsoft looks real good. It looks real promising, and it filled this whole gap. And we came down here too, in this hammer candle right here. Like, look at this. Like, that's the perfect impulse. Bot, gapped up, high low. So yeah, so we could high key come down and form this right shoulder. If this is a left right here, let's head in, then we make a right. Because it does have a gap down at 367, but I don't think he's going to hit that. Not yet. But since it broke above the 45 degree and it's holding above, we just got to negate this gravestone doji. And I'm looking at minimum 423. And this is just based off the daily and weekly. But I don't think it's going to fill this gap yet at 476. But this gap will get filled at some point. Either Microsoft is going to gap into this gap or it's gonna make higher lows and wicked. But I know for a fact the market's gonna test this gap, and it doesn't have to test the whole gap either. It can test half of it. So even right here, what is this? 460. But right now, just give me 423, and I'll be happy. Yeah, Microsoft looks real good. It just it just been awkward ever since it fell, cause it's just trending sideways. But I know it's 45. I know it broke over it, so I don't really need that. Go back to unlocking my skill. Yeah, cause someone's buying, bro. Like, look at this sideways action. Like, it's gonna break. I'm pretty sure this junk's gonna break to the upside. Cause you don't, cause it was in a downtrend, right? Like, it's been falling since October 27th, 2025. It's been falling ever since. And then right down here, what are we doing? Someone's buying. Someone's buying that, and then too, like it filled this gap, like it's trading sideways in a gap. And if this is the lowest right here, 381's like the overall low, then yeah, this junk it should keep going to the upside. So yeah, so minimum 422, but the overall would be the break of 423. But someone's buying down here. I can just tell. Like you don't, cause the thing is, if we're gonna break, we would have broke off this candle right here, this bearish candle. But what happened? Smaller, smaller, smaller candles. Then I'm pretty sure there's volume down here. Yeah, look right here. So you see this big candle bearish right here? Look how big this candle is, and look at the volume down here. It's yellow. But look at this bear stick. It's smaller than this one. This stick is smaller than this one, but it has more volume. So what's that telling you? That someone's buying. Then this next candlestick, look at it. All this volume on the small hammer candle, someone's buying. Then down here on this bullish candle, someone's buying. So yeah, this junk is it's gonna break out. Like once this junk breaks out, it's gonna break out hard. But I'm liking Microsoft, especially over 413. It should keep going to at least 420. But I know we have news on Wednesday and Thursday, like core data, CPI data, and all that junk. But tomorrow we don't have any news unless Trump says something. This is the 15 minute, so let me measure this impulse and move right here. So short term 411, 413, and the 413 aligns with us breaking the high of 413.05. But only thing is these two candles right here at 230, 245. Got 215. We had a let me see market open. This is open, right? And then we came down. It consolidated from 1230 to 2, and then it took off. But someone did sell right here, right here. So if it does pull back, I want us to pull back in this candle. And then from here, if it goes back to 406, oh, that's an easy risk to reward. You can have it under the weekly and daily open, since they're both the same. Pretty much under the weekly open, because we know if we come back on 406, that's the only thing though. This volume on this bullish candle, but it had a strong close. But this stick and this stick are the same. They have the same volume, but this one was selling. So yeah. So if we pull back, I wanna at least pull back to 405, and I want to see a spike in volume, like over here. So yeah, cause I'm just playing. I want to see if bulls are still present on this candle, or if this is a fake out. So if we pull, yeah, so we pull back in the middle of this candle and hold. I mean, it's a good risk to reward. You're risking like $1 for 7. Yeah, but Microsoft long term, like you can't ignore the sideways action down here. Like you just can't ignore this. Because anytime stocks do the sideways action and start to bottom at support like this, they take off. because they're trying to negate this head and shoulders right here. Left head, right, and pretty much it broke the neckline right here. Let me see if I can draw a trend line. What's this trend line? What angle? 20 degrees. And then let me connect them. Because I'm trying to trap price. Okay, yeah. Because look, trend zone broke above, wick down. Well, yeah, so we're at. Okay, yeah. There we go. Yeah, so 413.05, 416, and then 420. Because, whole numbers 420, then 422. But I want us to pull back first. I don't want us to. If we gap up to here, I'm not buying that because more than likely he's gonna tank. But if we can come back down to 406 and hold, that's a good. That's a good trade. That's what I want on Microsoft. It's XOK. Yeah, the weekly looks nice. I hate Boeing, bro. Cat up 23 is insane. This stock always been moving too. Uber is right back in that zone. That's exactly what I wanted to happen on Uber. I wanted to come back up and feel this. So I'm gonna enter short tomorrow. But I gotta look at XOM because I know oil's not done. Maybe it is. Let me see. Because I could probably catch a good trade on XOM. Ooh, hold up. Ooh, it opened up here and dropping. We might come back up for a retest. Because it's only Monday. Actually, let me just start on the monthly. Yeah, so the monthly 50%. 147. It came close, but it didn't get that 50% tap. Yeah, but this is a breakout. Like I want to be surprised if this goes higher. Like this is a clean breakout. Yeah, look at this. Wick, 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 wick. Boom. We busted open. So now I gotta look at the internal price because it's trading in a new zone, new area. And weekly 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Yeah, so it's just consolidating, honestly. But I don't think it's done breaking out. But short term, I can see a pullback. GameStop. Yeah, I got you. I do GameStop. Man, like I said, I'm just waiting for y'all to drop charts in the chat because I'm just gonna do my own thing till y'all drop charts. But yeah, I look at GameStop actually after Exxon. Yeah, cause someone sold here. They sold here, but I'm gonna 1 hour, bro. I gotta see something. Actually, let me go to 30 minute. Let me see. Nah, yeah. 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, all red. They're all on sync. They're all on sync. So, with that being said, 149.47 is key. That's a key low that oil has to hold. Yeah, so this low right here. Ooh, this is on a 30, right? Hold on. Let me go back to that daily, because if this 30 looks like that, what does that daily kilo look like? Oh, yeah, so honestly, if this next daily candle opens and pushes to the downside, then yeah, if we break 149.47, yeah, I can see 147 short term, but I can see this. Yeah, honestly, I can see us coming back down to 147.5. I mean, it's like a small move, but like oil pays, bro. The delta on Exxon, shoot. But I'd rather buy it up for long term. But it has a good short term setup, at least down to this low right here, 147.86. Because if we can sweep these lows and wick back up, then it's gonna retest 159. I mean, you said GameStop, right? I haven't looked at GameStop in so long. Ooh, what's going on, GameStop? I don't think it's ready for round two, not yet, but it does look good. Yeah, cause I'm gonna focus on it's just this price action in this wick, cause that's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. I mean, all our time frames are in sync. Mm, just by looking at this, no short term, I can see 28 because they didn't fill this gap all the way. But it also has a gap down here, has a fill at 22. So I would like for this to come down to 22, fill that gap before going up to 28. But if it can't do that, then the break of 25.93 will confirm 28. Because it should break over 25.93, push back under it, do a slight retracement, and then go to 28. But I'm not looking at like no $100 or anything. I'm looking at least, for this gap to be filled. And then from here, it's either going to go lower or it's going to consolidate. But this base right here, because it made a double bottom down here. Actually, let me draw a fill down here for extension. Okay, yeah, so 25.17, which it did tap, but 26.58 is a 1.618 of this overall structure. But the overall target would be up to 28 because of this overall gap has to be filled. So honestly, this is zone right here from 28.10 to 28.42. That's where that's where I think it's heading. I think it's heading to this gap. And yeah, there we go. But I want a pullback to 22 before it does it. But I just gotta see if I get it this week. Cause if it come down to 22 and a hold, then that's easily 26, 28. I just don't like it when stocks gap up and they start to form that base. Like I'd rather them come back down and for that gap first. Because what it could do too, it could retest 25.93, make a double top, and then come down and for that gap, and then go back up. But as of right now, my bias is 22. I'm looking to go long. Because if I didn't catch it down here in like in the 19s, I'm not gonna catch it at 25. Like I'm cheap, so I want this 22 entry. And it does have a tiny gap down here at 21.30, but I care more about this leg right here. What news they have? GameStop CEO critics. Oh, I don't care. And let's look at the 30-minute time frame. In the 30-minute, bottom right here. I mean, yeah, the 30s, 1 hour, 4 hour, they're all in sync. And the weekly and daily are green. So that's always a good sign. But short term support is 24.53, 54, whatever. Because this was level resistance. Came back down, we broke above, and we tested this. So yeah, so I'll say we need to break back above 24.80. Well, 0.84. Cause it right here, what is this? The last candle? Yeah, 230. Like it pushed, it wicked it. Like that this candle was up here at the full body, but bear stepped in and pushed it back down, and we closed under. So this next candle, it needs to negate this bearish pressure. Everyone to hit 25. I mean, like just looking at the 30-minute, like we broke this structure, like all this range right down here. I say from this bearish stick to down here, you see what I'm talking about. Like with this break right here, it negates all of this. So it's trying to break out in this new range up here. It just needs to hold. Yeah, even on the 4 hour, you see it too. This retrace, right? Hammer. Then we have to break this candle right here broke, but there was selling pressure, and then this 4 hour candle is small, but this candle it had volume on it, high volume, so they're definitely bulls, but they're also bears trying to fight back. Because of this stick right here, this stick pretty much drove price down. So honestly, we just have price just has to negate this high of 24.83. So this next 4 hour candle can push above this, then yeah, it's definitely gonna go to 25. The highest I can see 26.58. I don't know about this gap at 28, but I can for sure see 26.58. Meta hit my target from last week, right at the 1.272. Let's see what you're gonna do now. I want to come down for this gap. Actually, it might do that. It might do that. So yeah, let me try this out. Let me see if we come in this upside gap right here. The moment I see a bear setup, bro, that's a easy $33 move. There's no way. There's no way. So I'll swing that. If we come this gap and start to form a head and shoulders or something, that's an easy short. That's a real easy short on Meta. Cause it still was in a downtrend if you think about it from this high. We just had this slight consolidation. So yeah. So this gap is gonna be key. But the real candle, the real supply is up here on this bear stick right here. So high key, it might just blow past this gap and go up here to 668. Cause if this is an overall bear stick right here that sold fresh down, yeah, it could just blow past this gap and hit up here. Honestly, to 666. Let me see. Let's look. It broke. It broke this with a strong bullish candle. This is a strong candle right here. 215. All these candles at 215. They all decided to have a bullish candle. I just noticed that. Yeah, this 1 hour. Yeah, I think it's gonna blow past this gap. Honestly, cause this is a Greystone Doji up here. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it's gonna go past this gap. So actually, I'm not gonna look for shorts. I might just look for longs until it shows me that it wants to turn around. Cause even this candle right here, look at the volume on this. Then retrace. Then we have this bullish engulfer right here, and like this is a strong candle. Because Facebook can move on a good day like 15 to 20 bucks. I know my friend uses 90 EMA, so I'm just gonna look. Yeah, at least 652. Cause even in daily, yeah, everything's selling 652. Yeah, so at least the midpoint is a gap I can see. I mean that's like a $5 move, but it can hit the high. Check the 1 minute. Yeah, bro, look at this stick. This is a huge stick. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Facebook on watch. Let me look at Home Depot, bro. Cause I like Home Depot. Ooh, Home Depot. What's going on? Oh, they're down $4 today. What's going on? Ooh, this rounding head and shoulders up here. Home Depot going back to down to the lows. Going back to 331? There's no way, right? 1/3 dividend. Let's see, March 12th. Yeah, Home Depot looking kind of not looking too good. Yeah, so look at this week. Okay, weekly hammer as of right now. So they're trying to hold these lows. They're trying to make this the weekly low right here at 345. No, we still have 3 days left. So this is a weekly low. This is overall weekly high. Then the FAR just look like it's in a range. If you think about it, we're just inside this weekly candle. And then the daily. Oh, what the? I have on the 4 hour one. My chart got all reset because I had these in order. That's why I don't look right. Okay, so weekly, daily. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah. So the opens at 355.6. Okay. Honestly, if it doesn't break this gap right here, that's an easy short. Because this is overall bearish pressure, and we're still in a downtrend. But it does have all these gaps to fill the upside. But if we're still just gonna focus on the trend, the next area to short would be a weaken this gap, and you take it back down to 345. Because they're trying to flip this weekly green. That's why I like a lot of buying from 345 to 353. But in order for this weekly to flip green, it needs to break over 356.49. So this next daily candle can't do that. Yeah, it looks like a good short. At least back down to the low. Cause they just straight selling. Yeah, cause I'm not. I don't know. I don't. This candle right here, like, there's not enough volume on it for this big candlestick. There's not enough volume. And this stick has more volume than last stick, and we saw this on the other chart, right? At 215. Like these are these all printed on the same charts, bro? This 215 candle? No, but see, it's on Meta. The same candle's on Meta. It's on Google. 215, pretty much the same. Except this one has volume, but this candle, like I said, the 230 stick has more volume. What's going on, bro? You know, yeah, look, they all have the same print. Yeah, something's brewing, bro. Something's brewing. Cause all these large tech stock, they all have the same candle at 215 and 230. They all have the same thing. That bullish candle, and then they have selling. So yeah, so I'm not trusting this upside move. Not yet, at least. Because March is still a bearish month. Like, just looking at history, it's always a bearish month. So yeah, I'm being cautious because there's no way all these large caps should have that same candle. Let me look at Disney. Disney. I guess no one's going to the parks, but I still own everything. So I'm not buying Disney. This junk might fall some more. Only reason I say that, because look, low right here, retracement. Then we broke under it right here, gap down. Now we're coming up. Well, same thing. Gap right here. Price can't close above this gap. Taking it back down to the low. This what, like 30 cents, 60 cents. And I like trading Disney. Like if you get a good contract on Disney, like you're eating like Disney. I feel like Disney is stock that people need to have on their watch list all the time, cause just cause of the delta on the contracts. And but you have to be patient with the stock. You have to be real patient, cause it moves slow. But if you catch like a $2 to $3 drop on Disney, that contract will you be up over like 200% or 300%. And that delta pays on Disney. So honestly, I'm keeping this junk on watch. It's just this weekly right here, cause as of right now it's a hammer, but we just gotta see, cause it could pierce back in this bearish candle, at least a 102. Like even Disney did the same, bro. It's 215 candle, and then it's doji. So I'm like, what's going on? Why is everything in sync? But this gap is gonna be key. Oh, low. It for the gap. Ooh, alright. Lows might be good. This one might be good. Break under this candle. Break under 249.78. I'm going short. Yeah, I'm liking low. I'm liking low. Minimum 247. Yeah, I'm liking low. Cause there's nothing stopping price when it breaks under 249.78. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me put on. At least minimum 241. Yeah, I'm like this setup on low. Alright, I'm gonna eat some food. I'll probably do a load of chart sets tomorrow as I trade. But I am gonna start a small count challenge.